Hi everyone. This is a message for the people of Carleton, people who have elected me to represent them at Queen's Park. Even though I was elected 5 years ago, it's still such an honor to be your representative and to be your voice at Queen's Park. I will always be humbled and grateful for the opportunity to serve and represent my community. I'm sure that some of you by now have noticed that the type of videos, type of content that I'm posting on my Instagram page and my Twitter is a little different. The majority of the videos that I've been posting in the past few weeks have been focusing on what's happening in Iran and trying to raise awareness about human rights violations and abuses by the terrorist and illegitimate Islamic regime in Iran against the people of Iran. This isn't something that I just started doing a few weeks ago. I actually started posting about what's happening in Iran and raising awareness on my TikTok account back in September. And in my spare time, when I was done working for the day and I was done serving and representing the people of Carleton, I would talk about Iran. I would make videos, share information, provide updates on the Iranian people's fight for freedom and democracy. I have been doing this since September 18, 2 days after the brutal murder of Mahsa Amini at the hands of the terrorist and illegitimate Islamic regime in Iran, just because she wasn't wearing her hijab properly. Since then, I've made hundreds of videos. My TikTok account had almost 300,000 followers. I had almost 12 million likes on my videos. My highest viewed video on TikTok had over 18 million views. The reason that I didn't share those videos on Instagram or Facebook is because I already had a very big following on TikTok, and I knew that a lot of people were downloading my videos and sharing them on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Quite often, I would come across those videos, which was kind of cool. But a few weeks ago, we had to get rid of our TikTok accounts. And even though I've always maintained that my TikTok account is personal and something that I did on the side, and it was only on my personal phone, I still had to get rid of my personal account. I mean, my videos on TikTok were so influential, so widely shared that I was being interviewed by media outlets all around the world to talk about what's happening in Iran. I even did an interview with a Croatian media outlet. And when my constituency office received the email, I actually had to look them up on Google to make sure that they were legit because I'd never heard of them before. But they were basically like the state broadcaster for Croatia and very well known by Croatians.
Jedan od rijetkih ruskih saveznika je Iran.
This was, I think, just the final straw. The people of Iran are fighting back. The images that we're seeing coming out of Iran are images that we have not seen for 43 years. Women are walking around without their hijab. They're taking off their coats. They're burning the hijab, and they're fighting back against Iran's morality police. Before the Islamic Revolution, up until 1979, Iran was like any other European country. Women walked around freely. They had the same rights as men. Women could wear the hijab if they wanted to. If they didn't want to, they didn't have to. It's a very rich country. They are incredibly wealthy because of the oil that they have, but the people are poor. There's huge amounts of unemployment. Young people who are highly educated, over 70% of Iran's youth have university degrees, but after they graduate, there's no work. And if they try to speak up or say something to the government, they're put in jail.
That was kind of cool. For the past 7 months, I was able to sort of keep a distance between my personal life and my job as a politician. I mean, I did post a few videos here and there on Instagram about what's happening in Iran, but the main focus of my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter accounts was just posting updates here and there about work because I didn't really have that many followers. I still don't have that many followers. And so that's why I didn't really post anything about Iran on my other social media accounts because I already had a big following on TikTok. There was no need to. I knew the message was going to get out there. I had a voice on TikTok. I was able to raise awareness effectively about human rights abuses and violations in Iran. But now that TikTok is no longer a viable option for me at the moment, that leaves me with no other choice but to try and raise awareness on other social media platforms. But I can also appreciate the fact that for many of my constituents, the people of Carleton, the people that I represent, they weren't aware that I was on TikTok, that I have been raising awareness about what's happening in Iran for the past 7 months. I had almost 300,000 followers, millions of likes, and was being interviewed worldwide. And so I can appreciate the fact that now that I'm starting to post more about Iran on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, simply because of the fact that I can't use TikTok anymore, it seems a little strange. It might seem like I'm not doing my job as your representative. And you know something? That's a very valid and legitimate concern. I guess I just didn't realize how many constituents follow me on my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook social media accounts, especially since the number of followers I have is really small, and it's really difficult to tell how many people from the riding of Carleton actually follow me. The things that I post about my job don't really get that many likes or views or shares. I just assumed, obviously incorrectly, that no one really paid attention to my social media accounts. And so I wanted to take a moment to apologize to the people of Carleton if I made anyone feel like I am not focusing on them, or I am not focusing on doing my job, or that the priorities of the people of Carleton are not number one. My parents immigrated to Canada when I was a year old. They are such proud Canadians. The first thing that my father told me as soon as I got elected in 2018 was to never forget your roots, to never forget the people of Carleton, and to always put them first.
See that? Whoa, that's bully! I won! You won!
And even to this day, every time I see him, one of the first questions he asks is, how is Carleton? How are the people? And he'll bring up all the names of so many different people that he has met over the years. My dad asks me about Vera Mitchell in Metcalfe, Earl Stanley in York's Corners, Greg Thurlow in Osgood, Alan Hahn in Manotick, Brian Winters in Stittsville, and the list goes on and on and on. And he always says to me, Goldie, never forget why you are a politician. Never forget that people put their faith and trust in you to represent them at Queen's Park. To the people of Carleton, I just want to let you know, I will post more videos and updates about all the work that I'm doing in the riding. I've been writing columns in the local community papers for the past 2 or 3 years. I also send out emails to people on my mailing list. And of course, there's my government website. But to the people of Carleton, I hear you loud and clear. Since I seem to have more constituents following me on my Instagram and Twitter and Facebook accounts than I realized, I promise you that I will post videos and provide updates about what I'm doing in Carleton. And I'll even do it in the same way that I've been posting updates about Iran. You know, sort of this casual, I don't want to say one-on-one because it's not really one-on-one, but kind of like a one-sided conversation. But I think you know what I mean. Unfiltered, unscripted, just me as a person, as a human being, speaking to you about what's going on in the riding. Because let's be honest, I'm not a really big fan of those pre-recorded, scripted videos. I just feel so awkward doing that. I know I should be used to it by now because I've been elected for 5 years as a politician, but I don't know, it's weird. And I'll tell you a funny story. Literally every single event that I go to, my staff will spend so much time writing out a speech for me and making sure that it's proper and all the information is there and, properly formatted and whatever. And they'll hand me the speech and I'll go up to the podium and I won't even bother looking at the speech. I'll just start talking because I find that more often than not, if I'm just speaking from the heart, it's just more authentic. If I was in your shoes and I was gonna go hear a politician speak, I don't want them to read me a speech. If they want to read a speech, just send me the text of the speech and I'll just read it at home. If I go to hear someone speak, I want to hear them speak. I want to have a conversation with them. I want to know who this person is. I want to know what makes them tick. I want to know what their personality is like. And I don't know if that is a good thing as a politician or not, but I'm just a regular, normal person like everyone else who is blessed to have the opportunity to represent the people of Carleton, serve Canada, which is the best country In the meantime, just keep in mind that I have 7 months worth of videos from TikTok that I will be uploading in the next few months. And so just because I'm re-uploading videos that I made months ago about what's happening in Iran or sharing information about what's happening in Iran, it doesn't mean I'm not doing my job. I have a whole team of people working for me. I have one person here in Queen's Park helping me out. I also have a number of people helping me out at my constituency office in Richmond. My constituency office in Richmond is open 5 days a week from Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Candice and John are there. They are amazing. And my staff are 100% dedicated to serving the people of Carleton. Every single video that I post about Iran, or every single time I raise awareness about Iran, in fact, every single video I even post about what I'm doing in the riding, I do that myself. I make those videos on my phone. My staff don't make any of my videos. They don't edit any of my videos. They don't post any of my videos. It's all me. I want my staff to focus 100% on serving the people of Carleton. And that means answering emails, answering phone calls, getting back to people, doing research, all of the important stuff. Even this video that I'm filming right now, do you want to see my setup? Here's what my setup looks like right now. And I'm keeping my phone screen on because it's like phoneception. But yeah, like this is my fancy video setup. And there's a reason for that. It's because I want to prioritize all of my resources, every single moment of my working time, on the people of Carleton, for the people of Carleton. Because that is my job. That is what I was elected to do. And moving forward, I will do a better job of posting more videos about things that are happening in Carleton and the work that I'm doing as your local representative. Because now that I know that you guys actually follow me on my social media accounts, that you pay attention to what I'm doing on my social media accounts, our Carleton Conversation series is just getting started. Talk to you soon, Carleton.